You're in tune to Owl of Lives. www.owloflives.net.
You can't handle the truth!
Hello and welcome to the Out of Lives podcast, episode number 44. I am this week's host, Ross Miller, and welcome to 2016. We hope it's going to be, we hope it's going to be a fantastic year for everything Out of Lives. And I'm joined this week by a man whose history is filled with such lore, he makes The Lord of the Rings look like a BBC Three drama. Dave Wyatt.
Yeah, when you do these funny intros, you need to tell us which one's which, because I wasn't sure if that was me or Kev.
Yeah, I was wondering. I was trying to think of you come back.
Yeah, me too. Hello, and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, because we've not spoken before now, of course.
No.
And also a man so behind the times, this week he went looking for Madeleine McCann. It's Kev Tarn.
Yeah, boy, I have no comeback for that one.
I like that.
You can tell we thought about Kev there anyway.
Yeah.
So how are we doing, guys? Did you have a good New Year?
I had a quiet New Year, but a good New Year.
And I had a baby.
Yeah, so you stayed in anyway.
So I couldn't enjoy anything.
What, another one?
No, the same one. It just doesn't shut up long enough for me to enjoy my life.
I was going to say, that was a quick turnaround there, Dave. I was impressed.
Yeah, no, as I said that, I thought that's a bit confusing. No, Christmas was fine, but New Year, I was in bed by 10:30.
Bloody hell.
I got very, very drunk and then have not stopped working since. So
Yeah, well, I don't get Christmas and New Year off, so it's like nothing different to me. I've got a week off this week to make up for it, though. So.
I'm sure you'll be looking forward to that. So I know we've all been working and busy out, drinking, partying, looking after babies. But what are your highlights of the week, guys? And I'm going to start with you, Kev.
So my highlight of the week is I actually got round to watching Star Wars. Woo! I'm a bit late to the party, but...
The prequels are...
No, not the prequels.
I've just
The
watched
Force
episode 1.
Awakens. The Force Awakens, yes. And you know what? It's my favourite of the bunch.
What, out of all the Star Wars films?
Yeah, out of all the Star Wars. I have to say first, though, that I'm not really that big a Star Wars fan to start off with. So the main reason I went to go see it is because it turned into sort of like this cultural event, and I've been trying to avoid spoilers for like 2 to 3 weeks. So I was actually impressed I didn't see anything, despite your best effort, Dave.
I never said you were a real spoiler.
Yeah, I know you didn't, but you had me worried for a while there. But yeah, it was really good. The only things I didn't like about it was it had a bit too much humour, in my opinion, and I don't think... who plays Princess Leia?
Carrie Fisher.
Carrie Fisher. I don't think she can act. She might be a bit rusty because she ain't done anything in a while, but...
I think that's why we haven't seen her since
Yeah.
Return of the Jedi, really. I mean, I know she's popped up in a few things, but nothing major.
When she was on screen, there was one scene where she was talking to Han Solo where the editing was so bad because you could see they were trying to pick the best bits from different takes and putting them together. Like, it's one camera shot really close, the next shot, it's just a hard cut, and it's like far away. And you could tell that they were picking their best parts.
Like, I don't want to spoil it by mentioning any story, which is a shame because there's some dialogue in there that is really ropey. It's probably the same bit you're talking about, where they keep repeating the same sort of thing in different ways over and over again, just to make
like
sure
me.
you would know. But I can't say what it is without ruining it for anyone who hasn't seen it. Though I think you're the last person in the world,
Yeah, I
not
did
to
leave
see
it
this
quite
film.
because my birthday just passed, and I thought, you know, it was coming up to Christmas, like, sod it, I'll wait till my birthday to go see it. So I did go see it, and I have to say, some of the X-Wing battles in that, I think, were the best part.
Yeah, they were good.
Yeah, and I think, especially that shot, the long sweeping shot where you see Poe Dameron take out a bunch of TIE fighters in his X-Wing, and it sweeps down and it follows him all the way across, and then he sweeps down and shoots a load of stormtroopers on the floor.
Yeah.
And that whole shot I thought was absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I saw it twice. On the second viewing, I enjoyed it a lot more. I left disappointed the first time, but watching it the second time, I really liked it. And Poe Dameron's probably just the greatest character ever.
Yeah, I really enjoyed him. And BB-8. BB-8 had some awesome
I'm at the
moments.
opposite that thought in my second viewing, I thought this movie's just meh for me.
Yeah, you were.
You're the only person I've heard say that.
It's literally A New Hope 2.
Which is fine.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it's fine, but I don't think it's as great as what people are making it out to be.
Yeah, but they couldn't do much else because they had to try and please fans who were like, had a bad taste in their mouth from the prequels, and they had to try and do something new. So what they did is they used the template of the first Star Wars. They even used parts of Empire as well and put it in there. There's certain like key aspects of that in there as well.
There's even, parts of Jedi in there that I noticed as well. But
Yeah.
I'm totally fine with it. They've played it a bit safe and they've created a good film.
But
And it's
I
a
think
good starting point. For
Yeah,
a trilogy.
exactly.
Yeah, I'll give it. It's a good starting point. I will give it that. It's a good starting point of a new trilogy. But it's not the best movie ever, as I've seen a lot of people talking about. So
No, it's not the best. It's just a very entertaining movie that has now a good starting point, and now other directors can now go out and create something excellent with the characters we've got and we love.
I got BB-8 socks.
Hey,
Yeah.
where'd you get them? Who brought you them?
A very special man sent me a loot crate.
Oh, is he a good friend, that Loot Crate?
The loot crate's not a good friend, but Jimmy Martin will forever be in my heart for sending it. He said, because you're my favourite person on the podcast.
Wow.
His words, not mine.
fuck you, Jimmy.
I'm hurt. It's all right. He sent me Watch Dogs. I ain't going to
Anyway, he's not sent me Eden. Anyway,
He don't like
right. So, Dave, what is your highlight of the week?
It changed. Originally, it was going to be Pokemon because I got back into Pokemon, but I started watching a little Netflix series that is blowing up all over the internet called Making a Murderer.
Yeah, I've started watching it myself.
I don't know anyone who hasn't just started it, but I actually finished it today, which is quite impressive.
Considering when I messaged you yesterday, you hadn't started it.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
We did 6 episodes yesterday and 4 today, and hooked, absolutely hooked, amazing. And I because my girlfriend's really into that sort of true crime, murder, mystery things. And I like it if it's done well, but I would say 80% of those programs are naff. Like, especially the American ones, it's like, it's so overly dramatic. But this is done like a thriller almost. I can't say that word, but it is. Where each episode has a kind of story. It's all one story for the whole series, but each episode moves along at a nice enough pace that you feel like you're moving along with the story rather than it being, the same thing over and over again for 10 episodes. It's great. It's brilliant.
It is. And this is the only TV show, other than Game of Thrones, that has made me physically swear and, put my middle finger up at my TV.
I know, I got so angry. There's some bits in it where you just want to, I don't want to spoil it for anyone. You need to watch. If you've got a Netflix account, you don't watch it, you're wasting your subscription fee because it's worth it. But yeah, it makes me so angry.
Oh well.
How far are you into it, Ross?
3.
Alright, I'm only up to 5.
I'm only doing an episode a night, 10 nights, an hour a day. That's it.
Yeah, episode 5 was the one that made me really, really angry.
I've heard that.
So
Yeah. Episode 8 was the one where I had to go outside and get some air.
oh, I'm looking forward to that one then.
I think it's 8. I'm pretty sure it's 8. It might even be 9. No, 8 or 9. I'm not sure which, but one of them I was. But yeah, I don't want to spoil it for anyone, so I'm going to leave it at that. If you haven't seen it, go and watch it. It's the best thing to watch at the minute.
Moment, Avery is the most famous person on the planet, right at this exact moment.
Well, yeah. I mean, it was hard. The reason I kind of consumed it so quick is I didn't want to know any details about the case apart from what I was watching. So I was avoiding any, because obviously it's popping up on Facebook, it's popping up on, my girlfriend was asking me what a life sentence actually is. I said, well, I'm pretty sure it's life, but let's just have a quick look. Googled life sentence, and you know how on Google it gives you the top news stories that are related to that? All 3 of them about Stephen Avery. You're like, oh, God. I didn't mention his name, I just put life sentence. And it was
But the thing is, the thing about that show as well, it's not just his story that's so distressing, it's the story of, I don't really want to give away who it is, but it's somebody named Brendan, I can't remember his surname, but he's a cousin of his as well, and just...
I don't want to give away who it is, but it's his cousin called Brendan.
I may have failed there.
He's the guy with the BB-8 socks.
Yeah, okay, I don't want to give away what his part in all this was, or why it's related to Stephen Avery, but yeah, it just made me so angry, his story so far.
It's pretty sickening. You would have no faith in the justice system in America after watching this.
No chance.
No,
yeah.
I would agree with that. with that. Was anyone interested to hear what my highlight of the week is?
Is it Football Manager?
Probably is actually this week, but I'm not going to say it. Okay, don't worry about it. Okay, I've now got to think. One, it's actually, you're not going to believe this.
Is it Pokemon?
No.
Ah.
It's Battlefront.
Ooh.
Talking about Star Wars, I have been playing quite a lot of Battlefront this week.
I didn't know
And
you had it.
Yeah, I've got it, yeah.
Any particular reason why you've changed your mind and started playing it more?
Because it is quite casual, and it's the type of thing, because I've been working so much, if I've got a spare half an hour or an hour, I can just pick it up and just play it and put it back down again.
See, that's what it was designed for, wasn't it? That exact thing.
And it suits me, because I've still got Fallout to finish, but I feel as if I want to sit down when I'm off at the weekend and invest more time in that. And at the moment, it's literally all I've got time for. So I've just been sitting down and playing it, and I'm really enjoying it all of a sudden. I don't know if I've just got better at it. Your kill death in that is ridiculous. You can go on massive kill streaks. Mm-hmm. And I really like it, and because Star Wars is so big at the moment as well, there is something so satisfying about when you go like Darth Vader or one of the characters and you go on a massive kill streak and you do some great moves. It's quite satisfying, and they've done well. The sound effects are great. The map design is really, really good, which I didn't appreciate at the beginning, but I now know why. And I've just really, really got into it over the last couple of weeks, yeah.
Should tell you what, it'd be interesting to see if like the amount of players playing it or the amount of people that have brought it has gone up since The Force Awakens.
I'd imagine it would have.
Yeah.
I suppose it'd be a slight peak, but I wonder how big a peak.
I never played it before I saw the film, and then I got 10 hours free trial from the EA Access. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've still got, 9 hours and 20 minutes left, but that was the first time I played it after the film. I wasn't sold, but I don't think I give it enough time, and I haven't had a chance to go back.
I'm interested to see about that Battle of Jakku DLC as well after seeing the movie.
Yeah.
That's not great, to be honest with you, that map. I don't particularly like it, but again, I've maybe not spent enough time on it to appreciate it.
Oh, okay.
It's big waving sand dunes, and there's a lot of points where you're quite exposed, so you can get taken out. The only thing is, there's one weapon in the game that really annoys me, and it's a homing rocket. And basically, as soon as you see walked on your screen, you just have to run away. That's it.
When I played the beta, my favourite weapon was the sniper rifle. I just used that all the time.
Yeah,
it's good fun.
Just one shot people. But no, I'm glad that the game's grown on me. So
I'm still a bit gutted. There's no single player. I know it's like a silly thing to be angry about.
No space battles.
There's a horde mode.
Yeah, it's not the same. I mean, especially coming off the hype of the film, I wanted to play some more Star Wars. I even loaded up KOTOR on my phone again because I just wanted to play a Star Wars game, but I didn't really want to play an online one because I'm sure.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully that stuff will be coming in the next couple of years, especially with all the new films.
I'd imagine it would be.
Yeah.
And the thing about like multiplayer shooters is, I always feel it's so unfair because I'm shit, and I also have shit equipment, whereas everyone who's good has good equipment. I know that's my own fault for being shit, but it makes it frustrating.
The thing is, you can be shit and still get the good equipment. You just have to put the time in.
Yeah, and I don't have that. So I'd rather play 30 hours of Pokemon like I did this week.
Well, anyway, what is that? Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's Dave with his pants on the outside of his trousers. It's Captain News.
The download.
How do you wear your pants?
And the inside.
I don't wear pants.
I've just realised whilst preparing my news things, I didn't write any headlines, so we're just going to go straight in with the news. We're so prepared this year, as you can see. So, first item, Transformers 5. Michael Bay has confirmed he's directing. Literally, after the end of each film, he said, "This is my last one. This is my last one." After the end of the last one, he said, "This is it, I'm not doing any more," and now he's back for the 5th. So yeah.
Yay!
I don't know if it's...
I think this will be his last one.
I'm surprised he's done 5.
Yeah, see, I think he's hit the brick wall with them, and they still make so much money.
I think kind of enjoy them as well. They're shit films, but I enjoy watching robots smashing the shit out of each other.
I liked 1 and 2, but 3 and 4 just went to...
Nobody liked 2.
Do you know what it needs? It needs Craig Charles standing on a raised platform. Just in the left chant, in the left.
Do you know, I've just recently discovered that they're re-showing that on one of those... You know when you go far enough back in the channels to find channels you've never heard of?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some... They're doing Robot Wars reruns. You should check it out.
Is it on Challenge by any chance?
It might be. I don't know.
They need to bring that back.
Yeah, I would watch the shit out of that. So yeah, Transformers 5, likely to land in cinema summer 2017. That's a guess, completely, with Mark Wahlberg returning. Apparently Paramount is working on creating a Transformers cinematic universe, which is a completely original idea. No one else has ever done a cinematic universe, so that's quite interesting.
I just want a new director. I hope this is his last film. I love Michael Bay, actually. I like a lot of his films, but I just think that a new director would bring something new.
How can you have a Transformers cinematic universe, though?
I know. I was thinking that myself.
Like, a cinematic universe with what? Snoopy?
Well, I suppose there's different types of Transformers in there. There's like Dinobots, Autobots.
Yeah, but that's just another Transformers film. It's not really a
Ten
cinematic
bots.
universe. They're throwing this phrase around now. It's ridiculous. And soon, any sequel and prequel, and that's just going to be a cinematic universe.
But they could make like a Dinobot movie, then make a Transformers movie, then they meet in a movie, and then they've got this other character from Transformers. But
Transformers 4 had Dinobots, though, didn't it?
Yeah,
I would
has no
rather
Dinobot.
that there was a Mark Wahlberg shared universe and he played the characters that he's played in previous movies.
Oh, fuck,
That
yes,
is more
that'd be
interesting.
amazing. Could you imagine, like, Transformers and Ted?
Doesn't he play the same character in every film though?
Yeah, exactly. That's the point.
Mark Wahlberg is Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, and
Marky
just
Mark.
all the other characters associated all come together, basically. Yeah.
That would be
As long as they get the one from Boogie Nights, is it?
Oh,
forgot-
yeah.
I always
forgot
forget
about
he's
him.
in that.
Dirk Diggler.
Yeah.
great name. Moving on. Triple X3 is on the way with Vin Diesel attached. I bet this will be a cinematic universe as well with the other two Triple X films.
They'll merge it with Fast and Furious, and there'll be 2 Vin Diesels.
The more Vin Diesels, the better, perhaps. I could
Riddick
watch-
as well.
Yeah, cinematic universe with Riddick. No, it's not. Come on, we're going to start confusing people. Yeah, so I was pretty sure that he wasn't in the second one, was he?
No, it was Ice Cube. I've got it on DVD somewhere.
So,
I even remember his character name.
what, Ice Cubes or Vin Diesels?
Vin Diesel. Xander Cage.
And he was a free extreme sports person, wasn't he? Because I remember at the beginning of the first film, we sort of did like a jump off a bridge
Yeah.
or something. And there was and then they went back to his house, and there were like all these skateboarders in there for some reason.
Yeah, it's like one of the greatest movies ever created.
Is
Yeah,
it?
not quite.
He's being joined by Jet Li and Tony Jaa and Deepika
Ooh.
Padukone, whose name I've just butchered.
Isn't Tony Jaa in Fast and Furious 7 as well?
Maybe.
Yeah, I think he was the guy in the back of the big black truck when they like drop out of the sky in their cars with parachutes. Yeah, that actually happened.
Yeah, I've still not got around to doing that Fast and Furious marathon I kept saying I was going to
You
do.
need to do it, man. You
Yeah,
need to do it.
I know.
But
I wasn't fussed with the other films. I don't really seem fussed about this one.
have you seen On Back?
No.
Watch
Oh,
that
wow.
before you watch Fast and Furious. Oh
Okay.
my god, Tony Jaa.
Is that
You'd
a shared
think it was
cinematic universe?
Not as far as I'm aware, but
Ah.
I'll be surprised if it is in the future. But he does all his own stunts in On Back, Tony Jaa, and it's like you'd think he's using wires and stuff, but it's not. It's just him. It's crazy. It's like a new
Do you
Jackie
know,
Chan.
I've seen bits of it because my older brother, he loves it. And there's a couple, isn't there? There's On Back 2 and isn't there a prequel?
Yeah,
There's an
haven't seen.
There's an On
I've
Back
seen that
cinematic
one.
universe, funnily enough. Yeah, funny, when I was posting this on the Facebook page for news as a news story, I typed Triple X in to get a picture on Google. That was a mistake.
Oh.
Because I was, in town in a crowded bar.
You mean you
cabs,
haven't got
so-
your safe search filter on? You turned it off.
Yeah, but then that's inappropriate for when I am searching for Triple X stuff. Yeah, you type it in and it comes up, the first 2 pictures, Vin Diesel and the old DVD box art. The rest, anal, bukkake, it's full on.
Wasn't there a wrestling group called Triple X as well, or a wrestler?
Yeah, why don't you search them?
Yeah, wrestling Triple X. I just wonder what comes up.
I just didn't think about it. Like when I typed it in, as soon as I pressed enter, I was like, that was a mistake.
Oh, that's a good point. So for anyone that's watching with an Xbox One, Xbox, Bing, Triple X. There you go.
And let us know if that worked at podcast@outerlives.net.
My Xbox can't recognise me when I'm in the room, let alone when a Scottish person shouts it out of my phone speaker. Anyway, moving on. Assassin's Creed. Rumours suggest that the next major Assassin's Creed game is going to miss 2016, coming out in autumn 2017 instead. Probably for the best.
Ooh.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
blame them because they need a bit more time between releases. We've only just had Syndicate, and now there's talk of the next one. The next one's going to be set in Egypt, apparently. Start of a trilogy that will have the same character visiting Greece and Rome. So,
And also, I don't know if you've got it there, but apparently it's the creators of Black Flag that are doing this one. The
Yeah,
Egypt
I've
one.
heard that.
oh, I don't
Yeah.
have that here, but that's quite interesting. Well, I
So
do
that'll
have,
be interesting to see what they do.
remember, was it a year or two ago, there was a picture of a unreleased Prince of Persia game doing the rounds.
Yeah.
It's just resurfaced recently, and people are claiming that this may have actually been early footage of this game instead, but I don't know how true that is.
Well, I'm suppose they recycle assets now and again. They probably had this idea for Prince of Persia, and now they've decided to turn it into an Assassin's Creed game.
I want a new Prince of Persia. I don't know what they can do to get me back into the Assassin's Creed series, to be honest.
Do you know what? I'm still yet to play Unity and Syndicate, and because they ain't bringing one out this year, now I've got time to actually play those two and get them out of the way.
Black Flag 2, that's how I want, with online multiplayer ship battles.
Yeah, I want Black Flag 2 as well, but they kind of did with Rogue, but because it missed that Xbox One window, I kind of missed that game.
I read also that they are bringing ship battles back to this Egypt one.
Well, this is good. This all sounds amazing. In Egypt's vast seas.
Imagine the cool stuff they can do with like the pyramids and like underground tombs and that as well.
I guess this one could be. I'm being cynical because, you know, it's a series that I'm kind of bored of.
Mm-hmm. A year away might change your mind.
I haven't played Syndicate. I don't really plan on it at the minute, but, you know, they're not bad games. Unity was a good game. It's just more of the same, isn't it?
They found a formula that works.
I enjoyed Unity. The 4-player cooperative stuff in Unity was fun.
I never really think of it as a multiplayer game.
No, I
but
don't.
it was fun. Like when everyone timed it right, and there was like 4 or 5 guys down the bottom or more, and you all went right 3, 2, 1, jumped down, killed guys, threw a smoke bomb, killed everyone before they even knew what was going on. It was quite satisfying.
The thing is, you need 4 friends that are capable to do that. You can't play with random people online or anything.
Yeah, but I actually go back. I've not done the DLC in Unity, and I'm actually quite fancy going back and doing it because they gave it for free because of the mess up.
Oh, okay.
Well, I might have to join you on that then.
Yeah, but the multiplayer stuff I thought was quite good. Yeah,
I played some of the multiplayer on Black Flag, which was okay, but it didn't have boats in it, so stopped caring.
Were we not going to play that one night, I think? But
yes,
yeah.
We kept having internet problems and gave up and played something else instead.
Yeah, but no, like I think if you want to take Assassin's Creed into a new bit, they need to. I actually think co-op could be a way to go. If you're both going to do things sort of GTA style, as in the heists, where it's reliant on one person doing something for the next person to proceed, then that could add an interesting dynamic. Like, I don't know, you've got to turn off a water supply that lets someone move through a dam that lets them get into somewhere. And
the thing is, though, you're going to alienate the single player audience as well by doing that. I
You
don't
can
mind
still do
if they do
both.
co-op. Yeah,
Yeah.
If they do co-op, as long as you can still go along and play on your own.
Because
then I'm perfectly fine with that.
there was a co-op mode in Unity. I never tried it, but there was some form of co-op. I'm sure there was.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Is
Yeah.
the 4-player cooperative? Like you get cooperative missions, which are 2 or 4 players, and they actually
But they were
were quite
few and
good.
far between, weren't they?
They weren't. There wasn't a huge amount of them, no. But I enjoyed them when I played them, and I would play through them all again with people if they wanted. Like, it was good fun.
May have to get a game.
I will do
Can you
eventually.
believe
Yeah.
that I'm trying to stick up for Assassin's Creed?
Yeah, I know. Right, moving on. This I know has really upset Scott. Xbox One exclusive Scalebound has been delayed until 2017. So Platinum Games announced that their upcoming action RPG has been pushed until 2010, stating they needed more time.
This wasn't really on my radar, so
I don't know, I think it looks quite interesting. I'm not as hyped as Scott is. I mean, if Scott was here right now, we'd probably hear him, sobbing in the corner. Because I remember how excited he got after the E3 footage. I think it looks interesting, but I've not seen enough to sell the game to me yet.
Right, can I just say, like, it's one of the worst media comments I've ever heard, though. Did you hear the press release?
I've got it here. Do you want me to read it?
Yeah, right, Dave, you read it. You've got a good voice. Go.
Development on the game is going well, and we're really happy with how it's coming together. Scalebound is one of the biggest games Platinum Games has ever created, an epic adventure filled with exploration and fantasy gameplay, inventive multiplayer and action-packed battles on an unbelievable scale. Bound. All set in a beautiful and evolving world. It's a game our team has always dreamed of making. In order to deliver on our ambitious vision and ensure that Scalebound lives up to expectations, we will be launching the game in 2017. This will give us the time needed to bring to life all the innovative features and thrilling gameplay experiences that we have planned.
So what's wrong with that?
Yeah, is that the one he was talking about? Because as I was reading it, I was thinking, doesn't seem that bad.
Yeah, I think it must have been a different one.
Maybe. This was the one they released today.
I think the one that I read, that wasn't released today, the one I read was just a direct translation, and it didn't come out very well, if that makes sense, but it was just sort of like...
This might be the tied up version.
We know our game didn't look that great at E3, we've been listening to your feedback, so we're now going to delay it, basically.
I didn't think it looked that bad at E3.
I didn't think it looked good at all. The frame rate was all over the place, and considering it was just a small slice of the game, they could have done that a lot better, I think.
I'm firmly in the I don't mind delay camp. Like if you feel your game's not ready, delay it. It's fine.
I think that comes with
I'd rather
age.
you. Yeah, possibly. I'd rather you take your time, finish your game, and then give it to me than release the buggy mess that we've been putting up with for a while. Like even now, I'm waiting now because a couple of quests on Fallout 4 are bugged for me. So now I'm just waiting for them to fix it, which is annoying. We shouldn't have to do that.
No, Uncharted 4's been delayed as well, hasn't it? So.
Well, we'll just jump straight into that, yeah. Last item on my news list, Uncharted 4 Thief's End has received another delay as well. This one's not as bad. It's already been pushed back a couple of times, but it was due March 18th. It's now been pushed back to April. So they also say we need a bit more time to finish the game so that it meets our standards and vision. This is our largest Uncharted game to date, and the team have been working incredibly hard, blah, blah, blah. Pretty much the same as what Platinum Games said. So yeah, which is fine.
Insert name of game here.
They've only gone back a month, so that's not too bad.
Like you say, I'd rather have a finished product and wait. I'm willing to wait an extra year to make the game right.
I think it's so they can put in more dialogue choices.
I can't believe the uproar about them having a dialogue choice. It wasn't even like it was a massive choice either. It was just like the same thing repeated in different ways.
Didn't I read that it was only like there's 2 in the game or something really small
I think
like
there's
that?
more than 2, but not many is what I read.
I asked you if you want to cut your hand off or not.
And the answer to that question is always yes.
Yes.
So you get a robot hand. Call yourself Luke Skywalker. Spoiler.
So that wraps up the first news of 2016.
Woo!
There wasn't much. It's really, really quiet.
Well, we are only like 4 days in, or 5 days in. I've lost count of days.
Well, 2016 is going to be an exciting year. So what I asked the guys to prepare before they came on the podcast was to pick a couple of movies each that they're looking forward to, as well as games. But we're not doing TV.
Oh shit, we meant to do games as well.
Well, I don't remember that. But anyway, so we're going to start off with Kev. So give me your first choice of the movie you're looking forward to in 2016.
So I'll go with a movie first.
Yeah.
And the first movie I'm looking forward to, which probably those who have listened to the pod quite recently will know that I'm absolutely loving and cannot wait for this film, and it's Independence Day. This movie is... I said it on the pod before, but this movie is my Star Wars. It's the movie that when I was a kid I saw it, it just blew my mind, and I'm looking forward to what they do with this next one. I think the concept's really cool as well, where we have their technology and now we've adapted it for our own uses. Be interesting to see how they go with that.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for this film as well, which is surprising because 6 months ago, if you'd asked me, I would have said, I couldn't care less. It was that trailer that came out. When did that come out? Just before Christmas, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that trailer really, really sold it to me. So it's on my... I'm anticipating it, but...
If there's not
we'll
a giant
see.
convoy of caravans, I'm not going to be happy.
We're going through the desert.
Yeah.
Do you reckon they'll have a Welcome to Earth? They should have a Welcome to Earth.
No, because they know they're bad. It should just be
That's true,
piss
yeah.
off.
Yeah, but he did punch him in the face and say Welcome to Earth, to be fair.
Yeah. Will Smith came out recently and said he was sad that his character's been killed off.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think they should have had him back for like 5 minutes and kill him off in it, because Will Smith never dies in a film. I'd pay to see that.
Yeah, but somebody said to me, which is 100% true, that in movies, unless you see him die, they're never really dead. So...
Yeah, but I don't think we'll
if
see
Will
him in
Smith
it
came
again.
back, say they do this film, and then the next one's coming out, well, they start filming the next one, and Will Smith says, oh, I'd like to be in it. They'd find a way to work him back into it by saying, oh, he wasn't really dead. He went into hiding for blah-de-blah to train for such and such. Do you know what I mean?
There was an interesting interview with Roland Emmerich, and he said that he's...
Emmerich.
It's spelled Emmerich, alright? Anyway, he said that he's kind of glad Will Smith wasn't coming back because he's now a major movie star. And if he, it would then be a Will Smith movie, wouldn't it?
And
Very true,
who
yeah.
done that interview?
I can't remember.
It's Chris Telly.
I don't know. It
Yeah,
might be.
no, he was talking about it in this week's IGN UK pod, actually, that exact comment.
Don't know what you're talking about.
At the time, he wasn't a big star, and if he came back, he would be the hero of the movie. So, yeah.
The thing is, I've listened to so many podcasts this week, I can't remember where I hear things. Like, I actually thought I read it.
Yeah, well, you could have read it.
Anyway, but it was a very, very valid point.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm glad he's not in it. I mean, it stars Joey King, Liam Hemsworth, Maika Monroe, and our favourite man, Bill Pullman. But they're not major stars, are they?
No, I think I speak for us all when I say we would like Will Smith in it. It's just, even with his like track record lately, it's not exactly impressive, is it?
Poor.
It's,
Poor is the word you're looking for.
Yeah, it's very poor. I mean, even Focus, which I thought with Margot Robbie would have been good, that I turned it off halfway through. It was so boring.
I haven't actually seen any of his recent films. I watched like 20 minutes of After Earth and thought, I think I'm done with Will Smith.
Bothered.
I
want to see.
watched it.
Apparently, Concussion that came out is meant to be really good.
Did you just say you loved After Earth?
No, I watched it. I never said I loved it.
Oh, I was going to say, it's you on the road again.
It reminded me of Glasgow on a Saturday night. No, that was a terrible movie. That was an absolute terrible movie.
Thing is, he's being a good dad and he's trying to get his kids into the same thing he's doing it. He's trying to get them in by saying, I'll only do this film because if they're in it as well.
No,
and I think we get the best Will Smith when he doesn't have his family with him. We'll just say that.
His kids are just the worst. Like, I know it's bad to say children are the worst, but they're the worst.
He's a philosopher, his son.
How do we know that mirrors are real if our eyes aren't real?
Is that a proper quote?
That's
Is that
actually
real
a quote from him, yeah.
Told you, he's a philosopher.
Philosopher, right. Alright, what about you, Ross? Give us one of your films.
Well, I don't know if you know this about me actually, but I'll just do a little bit of the theme tune and hopefully you'll go.
Ghostbusters.
No,
That's one of mine.
No, I'm looking forward to the Assassin's Creed movie.
Are you actually?
Yeah.
Like, no, this isn't one of your Ross joking around being sarcastic comments.
No.
He's always sarcastic.
I know, no, I genuinely am. I think I love Fassbender. I think the idea behind Assassin's Creed, as in all of the Aspergo stuff, is really, really interesting.
Yeah, definitely.
As well as, like, being able to take that series through different time zones and areas and everything else. Like, I don't know, because the exact plot, I've only just seen some screen prints and it's all been past stuff. But I just really do think that this movie could be good.
It could be the time travel movie we've always wanted. Like, as kids, we're like, oh, I love a time travel movie where he goes to World War II and then he goes to Egypt and then he goes to Rome. It could be that in one movie.
I don't know about that. See, I like the idea of him going between the past and the present and one point in the past. I don't know about skipping all over the place.
No, but I just mean if the movie's successful, this movie could be set in a very certain timeline, right? So you've got the future bit or the current day bit, and then you've got one timeline in the past that's going on at the same time, and they could almost be directly linked to one another, and it's sort of very similar to the first 3 games, essentially. But, and then you can move it for the second movie where it's still the future story, but the past era has changed with possibly a different actor. And
do you think that...
Yeah.
Sorry, I was just going to say, do you think they'll have the same story premise as the games where they're going after these pieces of Eden?
Hopefully not.
I'm pretty sure they said they wasn't going to do that. Like, I can't remember where I heard it. I probably heard it from another podcast, maybe. But I'm pretty sure they were saying that the best thing about the Assassin's Creed universe is you can tell any story.
Yeah.
And it hasn't... this could be a story set in the same universe as the games. I'm not saying that's what they're going to do, but I think it would be a bit of a poor effort to retread the same story. And also, I don't think it would translate well to movies anyway.
No.
They have to find a way of making, like, the modern day relevant to the past life, like, where they go back in time. So something that happens in the past affects the future part of the story.
I'm very sceptical about this film, but then I'm sceptical about any video game adaptation.
That's what excites me about it, is that unknowing, is it going to be good or not? That excites me more than just, like, Civil War or something like that. You know what I mean? I don't know why. I just think that this could turn out to be this year's Mad Max.
I think the video game industry is revolving on this and World of Warcraft. If these 2 films just flop, then I think we can say bye-bye for a while for anyone trying to do any more video game movies.
Yeah.
I will go and see it, and if it is good, I will come on the podcast, if you're still, like, letting me on at that point, who knows, and say, yeah, I was wrong. But at the minute, I'm not expecting. Like I said, I will eat my words if it turns out to be good, but I am not expecting it, to be honest.
Okay. Shit on my pick then. That's fine.
Yeah, I will. You can shit on mine.
Right, Dave, what's your pick?
Mine's X-Men. Because I think Days of Future Past was a good film. I don't know why everyone else didn't agree.
Oh, I loved it.
Oh,
I loved
it's
it.
terrible.
I think of the... Shut up, Ross, no one cares. I think of the 5 X-Men films we've had 3 good ones, 1 okay one, and 1 bad one. Yeah, everyone
So which is your okay one?
X-Men, the very first X-Men, was okay. X-Men 2 was good. For its time. I mean, now it's a bit cheesy, but at the time it was the best superhero movie we'd ever had. X-Men Last Stand was just a pile of turd.
I saw that at the cinema, and that was a mistake.
First Class, pretty good.
I loved
Yeah,
First
it was
Class.
good.
That's
I
my
love
favourite.
First Class as well, yeah.
I prefer Days of Future Past more than First Class now. I didn't at first, but I've watched them both back to back now, and the second one's just Days of Future Past is just that little bit more exciting. It's an interesting story. I think it was very ambitious.
It was too early.
Too early.
Yeah, if they'd done Apocalypse before Days of Future Past, it wouldn't have bothered me.
Really?
Yeah. Because they just came off the back of making a very good movie in First Class, okay?
Yeah, I see what you
They'd
mean.
set the timelines, they'd set these characters up, and then the next movie they bring back the old characters straight away. It was too early for me to do that. That is movie 3 or movie 4 for me. I wanted to have these guys create their own legacy first before we got to this. And I know I spoke about this before, yeah, but yeah.
I completely agree with that. I wholeheartedly agree, and it probably would have been better the other way around. But it doesn't take away from the fact that the film's still good.
I think that just left too much of a sour taste in my mouth. You know, that way I went into this movie not wanting to like it, so I didn't.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, I think X-Men Apocalypse looks quite interesting. I like the characters that they've set up in the new X-Men universe. Except for, I am a bit bored of seeing, what's her face from the Hunger Games?
Jennifer Lawrence.
A bit overexposed now, isn't she?
Yeah, I really hope they don't just play on her.
They will.
Because in the trailer it kind of did, and I don't want her to become the main focus of these films.
That line that she gives in the trailer is terrible.
It could be from the Hunger Games.
What was the line?
Fight. I can't remember exactly the line now, to be honest.
But is it not just like, why are you here?
Yeah, because I must fight or something like that. I don't know.
I must fight.
Anyway,
Aye.
Yeah, I think it's quite good. I'm not sold on the look of Apocalypse. I still think he looks like Ivan Ooze from the Bite Morphin Power Rangers movie.
I hear everyone saying that.
Yeah, but when they first released an image of him, he was more purple, to be fair. Now he's got more of a blue tinge to him. But yeah, that's the superhero film. That's probably the superhero film I'm looking forward to most next year, if I'm honest. Which is saying something, because there's a fucking lot.
Well, we've gone full circle, so Kev.
So my second film I'm looking forward to is Suicide Squad. And the reason I'm looking forward to this is because it's doing something we've never seen in superhero movies before. It's making the bad guys the main focus of the story, rather than focusing on the good guys and then the bad guy just coming into the story. It'd be interesting to see how they tell their stories and try and make us like them, or if they deliberately try to make us hate them as we watch them.
I'd rather that.
What, hating them throughout the film?
Yeah, I really hope they keep the idea that these are villains.
Mm.
And they don't just have them as villains for the first sort of half an hour, and then it's like they've each got little parts of their personality that you start liking. And, I want it to be a group of arseholes going around doing stuff for the government.
Yeah, that's exactly what I want. I think that's what it's going to be. But I'm really interested to see how the Joker fits into all of it as well. I don't know if they're who they're going to be going after, and then Harley Quinn changes allegiance halfway through. It'll be also interesting to see, because I think Will Smith, who's playing is it Deadshot? It's Deadshot, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think it said Deadpool
Yeah.
then. But it'd be interesting to see how his character is in the film, whether he's good or bad, because from what I've seen, he's got a son or something in it, hasn't he? That we've seen in the trailer.
I can't really remember the trailer, if I'm honest.
Is it Jaden?
Yeah, no.
Fucking hope not.
Jesus Christ. That wouldn't be on my list if he was.
Do you know, he turned up, I can't remember whose wedding it was. He went to someone's wedding. It might have been Kanye West's wedding. And he went dressed as Batman, but it was a completely white outfit.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that, yeah.
There's another Jaden Smith fact. If you want more Jaden Smith facts, follow me on Twitter. Or follow Jaden Smith, actually. That would make more sense.
I think Jaden Smith would be more entertaining. But yeah, that's my pick. It's gonna be interesting to see what they do with it, and I want it to do really well because eventually I hope they dedicate a superhero movie, or I should say a supervillain movie, to like one villain, and they follow his story, and then we see the superhero coming into his story rather than the bad guy going into the superhero story. If you know what I mean?
Yeah, that would be cool.
That'd be an interesting perspective.
I'm hoping it's. Is that out? Is that out before Batman? It's not, is it?
It's I don't know, to be honest, off the top of my head.
I've never
There's
just
so
checked.
many superhero films coming out this year.
So Batman's March 25th, and Suicide Squad is August 5th. So no, it's not.
Oh, I thought it's earlier than that. It's quite a way.
So it may even how well it does might rely on how well Batman and Superman does.
That's
If Batman and Superman does, if it does really well, then I'm sure Suicide Squad will. I really want the DC cinematic universe to be good because I'm kind of getting a bit burnt out on Marvel.
Yeah.
If I'm honest,
I'm enjoying the dark tone of the DC universe, if I'm honest. But I've always preferred the dark tone anyway. I do like the Marvel films, but they can get a bit too much at times. Like I found Ant-Man. I know a lot of people enjoyed Ant-Man. I thought it was alright. It got a bit too much with the jokes and stuff.
Oh, I liked Ant-Man. Actually, Ant-Man was one I enjoyed. I think we spoke about it a couple of weeks ago. Ant-Man was one of the ones I've enjoyed more than the rest. But overall, they're all quite similar. And that universe is so packed now. I want to see something new. And I think, I hope Batman vs. Superman's at least half decent.
It'll be half decent, at least, because, I think it's going to be the same sort of thing that happened with Man of Steel, where it's a good film and people love it, but there's also those who... I loved Man of Steel. I absolutely loved it. I think there's a 50-50 split with audiences with that film.
It's much better when you add the colour back in.
Yeah, I've seen that.
No, I hate that. It's like, does it really make that big a difference?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't see it.
Right.
Yeah, Suicide Squad, I think I'm more excited for than Batman vs. Superman.
I would agree with that.
I do hope that for its sake, the Batman vs. Superman does good.
Yep.
Does good.
Right, so does anyone guess what my next movie is?
Football Manager.
No,
that came out
last year.
that was out last year.
Is it Ghostbusters?
Do you want a clue?
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
No. I can't remember the tune now. Do, 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 do.
Oh, what is that?
Is it Star Wars Rogue One?
It's Deadpool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Deadpool.
Such an arsehole. This is why I can't take anything you say seriously. You really went Assassin's Creed.
I told you
was
he's got
"It's
one
not
mode.
Assassin's Creed.
He has one mode, sarcastic.
I cannot wait for Deadpool. That's like the perfect Valentine's Day movie.
Oh, did you see the TV spot that came out for Valentine's Day?
No, I haven't.
No?
Where he had like a rose in
that's
his
right,
mouth.
yeah.
He was like, "Hey ladies, this isn't just a movie about superheroes. This is a romantic film." And he's like got his crotch in view and everything. It's hilarious.
Yeah, it's really, really good. I don't know. It's good to have a 18 comic book movie, which is going to be so much fun. So, yeah, bad mouth, potty mouth sort of speaking, you know.
I know I just hope it's not forced with like the swearing and stuff. I hope it's like natural. I know, can you say swearing is natural? But you know, it's in the way he speaks. It's not just forced because they've got that R rating. They've got to stick a fuck or a shit in everywhere. Do you know what I mean?
Let's stick a shit in everywhere.
He's just having a fight. He's like 1 minute and then, pulls his keks down. Shit.
I don't know. I was so excited when I seen the trailer for it. If you remember, that was the one trailer I didn't watch, the rubbish little 5-minute one. I waited for it. You know, the really poor quality one, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it.
Oh, right, yeah, when it leaked out of wherever it was.
Dave and I set an alarm for 5 a.m. so that we could go up and post it.
Yeah, I remember that. It was good. Actually. Do you know what the funny thing is? We done that for that one, and then the other trailer come out over Christmas, and I still haven't watched it. You've only just reminded me that it did.
Yeah.
Don't watch it, Dave. I think it ruins a few good jokes.
I might not, I might do a Scott and pretend, but then again, every time Scott says he's not going to watch a trailer, he fucking does it 2 minutes later.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that Gina Carano was in it. She's an MMA fighter.
Yeah, I know. I saw her in that as well.
Yeah, I didn't know she was in it, but yeah.
I don't recognise any of those names other than Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, just going back a sec as well. I didn't hear you mention it, Dave, but in Triple X2, apparently Conor McGregor's in that.
In Triple X2?
I don't know who Conor McGregor.
Triple X3, sorry.
All right, okay.
Who's Colin McGregor?
Okay.
You are?
Who's Colin McGregor?
He's a UFC fighter. UFC fighters seem to be in everything now.
Isn't Colin McGregor Ewan McGregor's brother?
No, because for a start, Conor McGregor's Irish.
No, I'm sure he's got a brother called Colin, and he's an RAF fighter, and they call him Obi-2 as his call sign. I
Yeah,
read this,
they do.
like today, and I'm sure it's Colin.
No, it's Conor McGregor,
Oh.
UFC fighter.
Oh, right.
His brother could be called Colin, yeah. His brother could be
Scottish and
called
Irish are pretty much the same thing, aren't they?
He has
No.
a brother.
Tell that if you turn up to a Rangers Celtic game.
Not far off, though.
Anyway, yeah, so Deadpool, I cannot wait for. I'm going to go and see it on Valentine's Day.
Are you going with your missus?
No.
No.
We're going together.
She doesn't want to see it.
Alright, take Dave or someone. Take Scott, he'll love it.
Yeah, he would.
I don't know if I can put myself through that again. But, yeah. So moving on, the last movie pick. Dave.
I struggled because there's quite a few. I'm still scrolling back and forth now. I'm really looking forward to Ghostbusters. I know you was joking.
I wasn't joking. I'm looking forward to it as well. I was really tied. Dave, if you didn't say that was your second pick, I was actually going to pick that.
Yeah. Because I love the other film. I mean, I know people say that Ghostbusters 2 was crap, but when you're a kid, it's not crap.
No, not at all. It's never crap. It's been great since the beginning.
I love all the Ghostbuster films. I think they're all amazing.
one and two was, the first two were great. I'm looking forward to seeing a new one. I like the fact that they're not just remaking it. They're just, kind of chucking a new team in, women, to make it different, but still a concept that's cool. Because Ghostbusting, cool.
I heard a while ago, but I got confused whether it is or not. Is it like in the same universe as the old Ghostbusters, or is this like
Yes.
like a soft reboot?
I'm pretty sure it is. It's kind of a soft reboot as well as existing in the same universe, if that makes sense.
Right. Okay.
Like, I know that Bill Murray has a cameo. I think some of the others have cameos, but it's
Are they as their old characters, or is
Yeah.
that as new characters?
But I think they're only like a couple of seconds, if that.
Okay.
But believe it or not, they want to make a Ghostbusters cinematic universe. So if this film does well, we'll probably see more. But yeah, I had the Ghostbuster toys when I was little, Ghostbuster books, Ghostbuster film, cartoons on VHS. So I am actually proper hyped for Ghostbusters.
Isn't 4 meant to be their receptionist in this as well? Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Which
it's
is-
cool how
which
they're
is
doing,
great.
Yeah, they're doing like a role reversal. I think it's really cool.
I mean, because it's Kristen Wiig and Melissa McCarthy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have a great on-screen chemistry. I know Bridesmaids is a chick flick, but
I
I
love
don't
that
give
film.
A fuck. That film is awesome.
That is the funniest film ever. Or
And
one
have
of
any
the
of you
funniest.
seen the Spy one that she did?
I didn't like it.
I thought it was phenomenal. I actually really like Melissa McCarthy. She's had some bad ones and some good ones, but I thought that was phenomenal. I thought it was really, really good.
Yeah, I heard mixed on that one, so I haven't got round to watching it. Some people love it, some people hate it, but yeah, so that's probably my second most anticipated for next year.
We do some honourable mentions.
Yeah,
So-
'cause it was tough to pick those.
It was tough to pick. So, Rogue One, a Star Wars story.
Yeah, definitely. I'm looking forward to that. I'm interested
Yeah.
to see, because he said it's meant to be like a really dark movie. It's meant to be like a proper war movie, like a la Saving Private Ryan, but in space.
Will it have the hype of Force Awakens? I don't
No,
think so.
no way, because a lot of people won't realise that it's a Star Wars film, in all honesty, like the general audience. But I think they are changing it to the titles from Anthology, aren't they, to like Star Wars
Story.
Yeah, Star Wars Story or something, which will help, but I don't think it will have as big an audience as...
moviegoers are stupid and don't know what anthology means.
Yeah, but you've got to understand, like, the casual audience don't always follow
Yeah, no,
movie
I get
news.
that. I get that 100%. They should listen to our podcast and they'll be up to date.
Yeah.
So it's their own fault, really.
Yeah, that is true. It's their own fault. Captain America: Civil War in
Yeah,
April.
definitely another one I'm really looking forward to.
The Legend of Tarzan.
Yeah, I enjoyed the trailer, but I wouldn't say I'm hyped for the film.
That's the one that you got angry because there was a table in it, wasn't it?
No, I was angry because the whole end scene.
No, but apparently this is about Tarzan living his life in London, who has to go back home to the jungle to investigate.
Oh,
what's
screw
going
that
on.
noise then. Yeah, I'm out.
We thought it was Tarzan in the jungle doing his jungle shit,
Yeah.
who then goes to London. So it's the other way around. But Samuel L. Jackson's in it.
Christoph Waltz.
Christopher Waltz, I love him.
Margot
Margot
Robbie.
Robbie, who's in fucking everything next year.
Yeah. And Alexander Skarsgård,
I don't know who that is, so that's why I didn't say him.
the guy from True Blood.
Yeah, I don't watch that.
And anyway, next, Doctor Strange.
Be interesting to see what they do with like magic and stuff in the Marvel universe. Are they going to weave that into everything?
But Benedict Cumberbatch and Mads Mikkelsen in the same movie.
Yeah, that's going to be incredible.
Yeah.
I'm not a Cumberbatch fan.
I like him. I wouldn't say I'm a massive fan, but Mads Mikkelsen.
He's all right,
After
but
Hannibal.
everyone falls at his knees. Mads Mikkelsen's in Rogue One as well, by the way.
Yeah, I know it's a good year for him as well. But
I'm glad because I think he's a phenomenal actor.
He's the better Hannibal. He's the real Hannibal to me now.
Yeah, he is definitely.
let's breeze through the rest of these movies. So, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Star Trek Beyond.
Yeah, the trailer didn't sell me.
Simon Pegg's one, isn't it? Pride and Prejudice and Zombies.
I really want to see
Awesome.
this.
Can't wait.
Looks great. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows.
Yeah, look
Krang's
like a fun-
back.
Yep, super fun. ride.
Warcraft.
Interesting to see if it's actually a good video game movie.
Meh.
I'm not sold on that. The Jungle Book.
Yeah, I like the cast, who's doing the voices, and the CG looks amazing.
Looks good.
Do you know there was a connection that I just made between the two of them, between the Jungle Book and the Legend of Tarzan, but it's nothing. It doesn't matter. I thought there was someone that was in both, but they're not.
Okay then.
And finally, Finding Dory.
Yeah, another film. It'd be interesting to see how they go with this. But
That was almost my second film.
Yeah.
you missed out Batman v Superman, didn't you? Or did someone say that?
Well, we mentioned that. We also didn't mention the BFG, but we've talked about that recently as well. Okay. But Idris Elba's in both The Jungle Book and Finding Dory. That's what it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, he's going to play a really
Disney.
cool fish.
Yeah,
Both
that's
films. It's the same fish. It's a cinematic universe fish.
right. Well, guys, we're going to move on to games now. So, just pick one game that you're looking forward to next year. Right, do you want me to go first?
Yeah, go on, you
Yep.
go first.
There is one game series which I've spent probably the most time ever playing, and that is going to be Gears of War 4.
Oh, yeah, I completely forgot that comes out next year. Or this year, sorry.
Yeah.
Wow.
I thought it was
You know
out.
what? Gears of War 4?
No, maybe I'm just stupid.
No, that was the
that's-
remaster.
No, but it was also the other one as well. After 3, but not quite 4.
Yeah, I'm not up on that series. so
Judgment,
that's
yeah.
probably why I'm-
Judgment, yeah.
I suppose that was 4.
Judgment wasn't that bad, to be fair. Like,
I didn't
it
like
actually,
it.
you didn't like it?
No, they didn't have a story. It was like, you go into the story and it was just like horde mode constantly. You'd
Yeah.
have to set up base and then defend horde, then move on to the next area, set up a base, defend the hordes.
So for
Yeah, I
me
quite like
that
Horde.
likes Horde, it wasn't that bad. But also in Judgment, they gave the bit out of Gears of War 3 that was never released. So that was one of the reasons to play Judgment, because the whole separate section. It was called Aftermath.
Oh, yeah, I did play
But
that,
anyway,
yeah.
but anyway, Gears of War 4, so it looks as if it's not going to be any of the original cast. It's going to be a new cast, new story, new enemy, everything, and it's going to be set with that sort of Gears of War universe.
Are you glad that that's the case, or did you want to see the characters again?
Not because they finished the story off nicely, so I'm not too bothered. I would maybe like to see them in a sort of cameo role if they're now generals or if they've retired or something like that, just so you know how they're getting on. But I'm not too bothered about setting it out. Also, there's only so many locusts you can kill. Having a new enemy isn't a bad thing.
I think they need to bring some sort of new mechanic or gameplay into the game as well, rather than it just being a direct sequel. I think to sell it to a new audience, that's what they need to do.
I don't know, because it's still the best cover-based shooter out there.
It is, but I think if they want to attract new people, not just people who enjoyed the first ones, they're going to have to bring something else to the table. Maybe the fan base is there to justify just having the old stuff.
They
but-
didn't with Halo.
Yeah, that's true.
Did Halo do well? I can't remember if it did well. I assume it did.
I don't think it did very well. I think it sold over 1 million units, but that was about it.
Was it what they wanted it to do?
I don't
Because
think
I
so.
swear it
It's
came out
never
and
is,
it was
is
never. I know it came out in that busy period, but it never seemed to be like a big deal when it came out. As it's Halo and Gears of War. Even though I'm an Xbox player, I don't really play any of them.
Mm.
So they sort of fly over my head, but it didn't seem to me that Halo did as well. Maybe that's why.
It's really good as well, especially now that they've introduced Forge and things like that. It's a very, very good game. Halo, mainly for the multiplayer rather than
Yeah,
the
that's what I was
single
going to
player,
say.
though.
The multiplayer.
Yeah, the single player's all right, but the multiplayer is where it's all at. It's really good this year for the multiplayer. Much better than Halo 3 anyway, I think it's better than Halo 4. But right, so Kev, what's your pick?
I can't really think of
Division.
many games off the top of my head for this year,
Division.
but yeah, that's what I was going to say. The only one I can really think of is The Division. I mean, I can't really. I've seen more.
You can
of that
talk
game
about videos that you've seen. You can't talk about your experience playing it,
Right,
so feel
okay.
free.
Yeah, I've seen videos online of it, and it looks incredible. I mean, graphically, it looks amazing. The whole mechanics of the way you progress with your character, the different subclasses you can pick, the fact you have this whole city, New York City, which is iconic, and you can just go out and explore, go in houses, find stuff, find loot, and then you've got this big multiplayer area as well where you can go with your friends and you can have like this PvP experience. I think it's going to be one of those games like GTA where you can have a group of friends and you can just go into this world and have a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think it's Ubisoft's Destiny. That's the way I'm describing it, and I'm sticking with that.
You describe it as what?
Ubisoft's Destiny.
I think it looks a little. I mean, I like Destiny, but it looks a lot better than Destiny.
It does.
Yeah, but I just mean
it's
their
incredible.
idea of Destiny and using that as a model of how they can make money over a long period of time. From a business perspective, yeah.
I'm looking forward to this game as well, and I really hope that we get a decent. I don't know much about it. I didn't have the pleasure of playing any of it, but I really like the environment and the city. I love a good post-apocalyptic.
I love
almost.
playing in. Yeah, I love being that one person in an abandoned city. Well, it's not abandoned, but there's small groups of people, and you can just wander through and do what you want.
Is there going to be much story?
Yeah, I love the way the story's told in it. You find these
Yeah.
little like echoes about, and you just like listen to those, and then you follow them about the city, and you find the next one. It tells a story through stills and images, and it's really good. It's a really clever way of doing it.
Yeah, I'm going to have to get on this. It sounds like right up my alley.
I think it is up your alley, Dave. I really enjoyed the stuff I've seen in videos on YouTube of.
It's so annoying.
I know. So, Dave, what would be your pick?
It's difficult, obviously, because there's quite a few decent ones coming out. Some really cinematic, amazing graphics, brilliant games. But the game I'm looking forward to most is South Park, The Fractured Butthole.
Yeah, I've completely forgot about that game as well.
Yeah, same here.
Is that this year?
Yeah. There's no release date yet. It may slip. I really hope not. South Park Stick of Truth was fucking fantastic. I don't give a shit what anyone says.
I'm still yet to play that.
RPG of 2014. What do you mean you yet to play? Do you know it's backwards compatible now? Kev,
I
so
know.
you have
I've
no
got to pick it up.
excuse.
Exactly, I've got to pick it up.
The game was hysterical. It's the funniest game I think I've ever played. It's the
Yeah.
greatest licensed game I've ever played as well. I'm willing to put that out there.
Well, it must have
Because
made a shit ton of money because Trey Parker and that said that they weren't going to make another one, did they? And they've obviously come back with a big fat check and said, "Look, if you make us another one, look what we got for you."
I think they said that towards the end of the production of Stick of Truth, and I think they were having some difficulties. They said all these things that they would never work in video games again, and I think it came out. It was really fantastic, and then the only way I can describe it, having a baby's horrible. Like right now, I could never imagine having another one, but I bet in 2 years' time I probably will because
Yeah.
I'll have forgotten how horrible it was.
Wasn't as well a big problem with the first game was that THQ were developing it and then they went bust and then the rights had to be sold somewhere else. So
Exactly.
and they had to go through all that turmoil of like explaining to someone else what they were trying to create.
They've not had much luck with games in general in South Park. Like, there's been a few cancelled ones. There's been really shit ones. So,
The first-person
Yeah.
shooter.
which I liked when I was little, but I've played it recently and it's fucking awful.
Wasn't there a game where you threw snowballs as well?
That's it.
Yeah,
Is that the one?
that's it. Yeah. So yeah, this new one's going to be a superhero themed follow up, which is great because obviously the last one had a bit of a fantasy setting to it. But yeah, no, I can't wait. Cannot wait.
Oh,
Or
I
is he
saw a
watching
Game of
that?
Thrones one where he kept taking this. Cartman kept taking people around this garden, and there was this
Yeah,
guy who just
yeah.
kept shouting at him every time he went there. It was
And
hilarious.
Princess Kenny was like, it was brilliant. Yeah. So yeah, that's my pick.
Honourable mentions. Pick one each. Go.
You guys go first. Got to think.
Mirror's Edge Catalyst is the one for me.
Yeah, that looks interesting. I wasn't a big fan of the first game though, so I don't think it's really for me. It looks beautiful though.
I love the first. I
I've
love
never
the first
played
game.
it, but it does look good. It looks
Yeah.
really interesting.
Oh, I know a game that I want to play that I'm never going to get a chance to.
Okay.
Firewatch.
Yeah. The Firewatch would be a pick. Firewatch looks really, really good, actually.
It looks like a really well done narrative-driven story. You know,
Yes.
and
This is PlayStation 4, isn't it?
yeah,
Yeah.
PC. I'm hoping that I can get my PC fixed before it comes out, so I can actually get it.
I think you just need to buy yourself a new one, Kev.
Oh, if I had the money, mate, I would.
Sell your butt online.
Do you want a butt, Dave?
No, I'm alright.
Dave,
Yours
your
has
honourable
been used.
mention?
Far Cry Primal.
Oh, God.
Nah, love Far Cry. Give me more. But it's not like it comes out every year. When did...
Thing
4
is,
come out?
I didn't play Far Cry 3 when it came out, and then I got Far Cry 3 and 4 around about the same time. And
Yeah,
I
so
blasted through
say-
both of them.
Just give me dinosaurs. That's all I want.
Yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed, but, you know, sod it. It looks good. It looks interesting. I'm glad that they've, you know... Because they did it with Blood Dragon, didn't they? They've gone completely different to the main series. That,
Yeah.
I think, is brave. And
Yeah, that's true. I'll give them that. Right, and
mechanically, Far Cry is awesome.
it's the shooting in Far Cry is fantastic. Mechanically, it's great. The worlds are always good. But if you remove the guns from it, it doesn't feel Far Cry to me.
Yeah, but there can be other stuff. I can chuck stones. Snowballs.
Snowballs, yeah. Right, so what game do you think most likely is to slip into 2017?
Oh, I don't suppose you've got a list, have you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the one I emailed to you earlier, you cheeky shit.
Yeah,
don't
for
know.
me, it's going to be Mafia.
Be what, sorry?
Mafia.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I think Mafia is going to go slip into 2017.
Yeah, possible. Do you know what I think? Isn't what's it called? That one for PlayStation, Horizon Zero Dawn meant to be out this year.
Yes.
Yes,
I reckon
but
that will
there's
get
no.
pushed.
It only has a year date. It doesn't. See, I always find it if they haven't got a date set in stone,
Yeah.
then they're more likely to slip. I don't think we're going to see Legend of Zelda on the Wii U this year. Still.
Honestly,
it slipped so many times, but I think we will see it. But I still think it's going to come out roughly the same time as the new console, the NX.
right,
That's
okay.
my theory on it, anyway. I could be completely wrong, but it wouldn't surprise me. Or The Last Guardian, funnily enough.
Yeah. Well, that's it. That's our 2016 and what we are always looking forward to. But over the last couple of weeks, we banned Dave from giving us his fact of the week. He actually sent me quite a private and nicely worded email earlier this week. And then he totally understands where everyone was coming from. And on behalf of Out of Lice and Dave, we just want to say sorry if anyone was offended by our comments. He's passed this across to Scott Sedman to fact check to make sure that it's all correct before he says it. But I'd like to welcome Dave back this week with another fact of the week.
Thank you, Ross, for your heartfelt words. They
And honestly, that email meant so much to me. I've got it framed
honestly.
on my toilet.
You didn't send anything to me.
Yeah, well, I
Yeah,
don't care
you're a
about
cunt.
your opinion.
I'm the fucker who keeps getting the hate mail.
So, 2016. It's a new year. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Dave.
First fact of the year is an important fact. So, it's a fact about New Year. You ready?
Bring it.
I've got to psych myself up for this. Right. 2016 is known as the Year of the Cockroach, but what many people don't realise is that it also features heavily in the Bible as the year the Egyptians would get their 11th plague. Yes, this year, God will be sending a plague of armadillos upon the pharaohs and his children. Happy New Year, everyone.
You're in tune to Out of Lives. www.outoflives.net.
Can't handle the truth.
That long sweeping shot of when Poe Dameron, I don't know if this is a spoiler,
Yeah, I love that bit.
Oh, wow, that was a great bit. Yeah, thanks very much. Yeah. Hi, Kev.
You know what? He probably hasn't even noticed, and he's still yapping away.
He's probably.
hello?
Hello.
Hi.
Oh, fuck's sake, my controller went off.
You
Fucking
should
idiot.
plug it in.
I wish I had a wire controller because this is doing my head in.
No, just
Where was
just
I?
plug and
We're
play
5
it.
minutes in and we've already got the outtake. It's like great,
It's not a bad
you know what I mean?
So the long sweeping shot where
the long sweeping shot where you see Poe Dameron take out a bunch of TIE fighters.